Hi everybody, my name is Karen. I am an associate counselor here at Plexus. I am here to present to you all about the differences between an early decision, an early action, and a regular decision college application. Here you will learn about the definitions of each type and when they are expected to be submitted, when you will receive the admission decision, and about the pros and cons of each one. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with early decision. So application deadlines for early decision usually fall around November, and you are expected to receive an answer from them around December. So each university is different with their deadlines, therefore it is important to be patient. So early decision is binding. That means that once you get accepted to the university, you have to attend. During the application period, you can apply to more than one college as another form of a college application, but you cannot apply to more than one college as early decision. If you get accepted to the college you applied to as an early decision application, then all your other colleges will be withdrawn since you are basically obligated to attend this one that you applied to. Consider this option if you have done extensive research on the college. That means you have looked at their admission requirements, you have looked at their campus life, maybe you have gone on a campus tour and you are sure that this is the right college for you. You have a good academic record that meets or exceeds academic requirements. So that is, if you have looked at their admission requirements, you are 100% sure or almost 100% sure that you will get accepted. And finally, it meets the qualities you are looking for in a college. And such qualities can be, is it a public or is it a private college? Is it the perfect distance from home? Is it in the middle of a city? Is it isolated from the city? Does it have the club or sport that I want? So think about like those questions, or think about like little things like that are important to you to be in a college. Let's move on to the pros and the cons. So let's start off with pros. This option is great if you already have a set preference. Maybe this has been your dream college for years and you meet all the admission requirements. It relieves the stress of choosing a college. You start on your college planning early since you will receive your admission decision early on. And there is usually a smaller pool of applicants when you apply as early decision. And now let's move on with the cons. So first, you don't get to choose between colleges. That is, if you change your mind or you get accepted to another college that you are also interested in, you don't get to choose between those two since you are basically obligated to attend this college that you applied to as early decision. You can't compare financial aid offers. Maybe there is one school that is offering you a better package than the one you are applying to as early decision. So you can't really compare financial aid packages because again, you are obligated to attend. You have to gather your materials early on. That is, like, you have to get your transcripts and you have to complete the FAFSA early on in your senior year. There is a competitive pool of applicants. So even though there is a smaller pool of applicants, it is also very competitive because it is smaller. So college admissions have applications coming from early action and regular decisions. That means that they still have more students they would like to admit. So even though it's smaller, it is very competitive. And senioritis. Because you will get your acceptance early and you will start on your college planning early as well, you are at risk of getting senioritis. And for those that don't know what senioritis is, it's basically a decline in your performance or a lack of motivation on task because you know that you are going to graduate, and that is the only thing that you can think about. Like, you can just think about graduating and about getting out of that school because you're going to start over in another institution. So that is basically what senioritis is. Let's move on with early action. So just like early decision, application deadlines usually fall around November for early action, and admission decisions, you will still be able to get your admission decisions early on, but this time they will fall around January to February. An early action application is non-binding, meaning that you can apply to more than one college as an early action, and you can consider this option if you get accepted. That means you are not obligated to attend the college if you are accepted. Consider this option if you have done your research on the college. So you always want to do your research regardless of the type of application you are going to pursue to that college. You are not the best at making fast decisions. So even though you will get your acceptance early on, you won't have to make a set decision until May. You'll feel confident about your 9th to 11th academic profile. Because this is an early application, you won't be able to input your first semester senior grades or activities. And you have more than one dream school, so you can apply to more than one college as an early action. Let's move on to the pros and the cons. So pros, you receive your admission decision early, of course. You are allowed to apply to more than one college. So because it's an early action, you can apply to more than one college. You start on your college planning early on. You don't have to make an immediate decision. So you will receive your decision around in the beginning of the year, and you don't have to make your decision until May. And there's a smaller pool of applicants, and it reduces stress. And now with the cons, you are at risk of missing other admission deadlines. So you may feel like you are done and you don't have to worry about anything else, but you still have to worry about your current academics because your current academics are also very important. And there might be other deadlines to other schools or other requirements they might ask you to complete, such as sending your transcripts. You have to gather all materials early on, just like early decision, and there is a more competitive pool of applicants, just like early decision as well, and senioritis, as I mentioned before. Finally, we have regular decision. So application deadlines for regular decision usually fall around November to January, or they can be on a rolling basis, meaning that there isn't really any set deadline for the college application, and admission decisions are usually received around March through April. So regular decision is a normal and most common process of college applications, and if you are accepted, you can consider this option just like early action, and you have to make a decision before the deadline, which is usually around May. Consider this option if you are not sure what college you want to attend. So you still have some time to think about what college you want to apply to, since deadlines for these types of college applications usually fall later than the early ones. You will like extra time to work on your college applications. So instead of having to gather all materials early on and all at once, you can gather your materials at a slower pace and not feel too rushed. And you will like to include your senior grades. So the other applications don't allow you to include your senior grades or your senior grades from your first semester because they are due early on. And in this one you can, because college applications for this one are usually due later on than the early ones. And of course, we have the pros and the cons. Pros: you are allowed to apply to multiple. You can compare financial aid packages, especially with those from early action, since you can also consider those options. You have more time to complete the college application, so if you don't work too well under so much pressure, this is a good option to pursue. And you have time to retake tests. So if you didn't do too well on the SAT or the ACT and you would like to aim for a better score, you can go ahead and retake them and still be able to submit the college applications before the deadline. And cons: you receive your decision until around March to April. That is like 3 months later than you apply early action or early decision, and you have 1 to 2 months to make your decision. So the college acceptance day or college admission day is on May 1st, meaning that you have to make a decision by then. Receiving your admission decision around March to April gives you so little time to think about what college you want to go to. That is basically gives you like a month and a half to think about which college you want to go to. You have less time to prepare for college. This one also relates to receiving your admission decision later on than the other two types of college applications. And it adds to the stress of current academics. You probably have final projects because if it is your senior year and you have to study for AP classes, and the AP exams usually fall around May, and just receiving your decision during this time is just adding to the stress to the final months of your senior year. It is time to test your knowledge. So here I want you all to try to figure out which of these 3 college applications is best suited for this student, who is Susan. So Susan is a senior who has been planning on going to University of Miami since she was a freshman. She is enrolled in 3 AP courses and is the president of the French club at her high school. She has also been thinking about Florida State University and Rollins College. Which type of college application should she consider for University of Miami? Feel free to pause the video if you would like to think about the question before I reveal the answer. Revealing the answer now. So the correct answer is early action, and here is why. Susan wants to go to Miami, but she is also thinking about other colleges. Therefore, if you all remember correctly, she can't apply early decision because she wants to go to more than one college, or she is interested in more than one college. She is also taking AP courses. If you all remember correctly as well, you know that the final exams for AP courses fall around May, which is the same time she would have to make a decision to which college she would like to attend. And for a regular decision, you literally have a month to think if you would like to attend that college or not. And that just adds on to the stress of the current academics and the current studying of the AP courses. So therefore, early action is her best decision because she will receive her decision early and she will have time to think about the other colleges as well. All right, so we have reached the end of this workshop. Before I go, I would like to let you all know to please download our Plexus app. If you download our app, you are able to receive instant notifications from my counselor. We will also very much appreciate it if you rate it and review our app. We appreciate any feedback you're able to give us as well as any critiques. We appreciate everything. And chat with my counselor if you have any questions regarding this workshop or if you would like to reach out about your specific journey to higher education. We are always happy to help. I hope this workshop was very informative to you all. I hope for all of you who will be completing college applications soon. And I encourage you all to check out the Plexus page for more workshops geared towards preparing for higher education. And of course, as I mentioned, we are always happy to help. Thank you. Bye.